massive, the big massive podcast. Yo, the big massive podcast. Oh, the massive podcast by day, big massive by night. I'm only massive, you know I'm only massive. Big massive podcast.
That's the history.
The stink. Are you getting? Is this going to be a whole getting stuck into them?
No.
I
want to hear the crack anyway from your.
Yeah.
Let me hear your voice there. Come close. Speak there.
Gia ditch, get mar a tattoo.
Chuck Yarla.
Right, let's go.
Who the fuck's way up those stairs? Do you know the kicking she got for wearing that in the ball fight?
Gia ditch.
What about one person at a time you see him getting around the ball?
Are you recruiting? Hey, what about the St. Paddy's Day next year?
Aye, well, the flip band.
You check it out 1 year or so.
The flip band.
What did he do?
The remote.
We invited them to come along with the band.
He invited me.
Wear the sash?
The flip.
I'll come next year, sure, 17th of March. I'll be there.
You know what he did, but he just asked me, he didn't tell anybody else.
We'll go together.
The band was upward.
Were
they were absolutely up.
Sure, I was going to land the Sinn Féin. Remember
out.
Jerry Adams landed the Sinn Féin? I was landing, Sinn Féin sent me a please don't roam. I was going to land.
You what?
Please don't become a man, because I would have landed on calling them all Fenian fuckers and all. What the fuck, get on here? Oh, Jerry at the front. Half the town now.
I'll have to go on the rum again.
Hello, fuck's sake.
Right.
Chat this should.
That was actually the Ra going on the check.
I know, that's good. No. When do we know our place?
Have we started?
So he just must have seen you come on there and they were just like...
So what, you got out of your car like that?
And the police officer, I'm parked up by the Strabane police station.
And you came down through the town.
And they literally, like everyone but the police just fucking stops. You're like, what is she doing? Like they really...
Do they know you?
Yeah, they know me really well, and I think it's like because they know there's a method to my madness. Fair enough, I can use a crack and creativity, but it's like always challenging.
Let me
I suppose.
see the ankle.
And justice. She's a bit hidden. Me British Empire Rolex.
Oh, British Empire Rolex. Here we go. This is going to be an interesting podcast, ladies and gentlemen. From Strabane, or Ireland's only Catholic Orange Man. So the reason I would have done it too is that they show how. See the start of how I started. Was I was sitting in Christie's and I was going, imagine standing at the Lifford, Donegal, the Tyrone border with a sign saying welcome to Northern Ireland, or the UK, sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was it. And then what happened then was it went into character, and then I was going, I know Strabane's a tolerant town. So we went round and I was just getting stuck into people. And they received it brilliantly, but you took it to another level. But
yeah.
And then the scariest one I did was stand in the Free Dairy corner where you welcomed the Londonderry, dressed as an orange man. That was the one that was like, fuck, this is hairy.
You put your hand on the plinth and people were going...
I put my hand on the
Memorial?
Easter Lily. That's when people started pulling on and going, what the fuck are you at?
Are we recording at the minute?
Yeah.
So I was chatting, I was up with Black Paddy, and he was doing the 12th of July. Like, we were both in Belfast on the same day. It's mad. And he just went up and decided to take a tour of the lodge. And, like, he got death threats. Like, he had the IRA land at his door and all. And be like, what the fuck are you doing? I had none of that.
I know he got a while. He landed the one of them right wing immigration fucking...
Aye.
And they fucking attacked him. Like,
Aye.
They went at him. They were just like... He did a joke. He says, before you know it, this place is going to be full of Beyonces and young Denzels. Messing!
Aye.
But they cut it down to make it look like that's what he was saying. Migration is going to change Ireland in the next 10 years. It's all going to be black. That's what they were coming like.
What the media fucking do. Hey, if we're recording, get on your fucking sash. Like, see these Strabane cons, they just slip in. They're like, oh yeah, we're actually doing it. I'm like, right. Because there needs to be an official opening. Like, fuck's sake.
Where did you get these?
These ones come from some TikTok boy messaged me. He was like, Clodagh, there's an auction you might be interested in. East Belfast one.
And the viewers can't.
My mind is rotten.
Smell it.
See the
it's
smell,
vintage
man.
loyalism. Vintage loyalism. But
one
my
one of the big dudes must have walked up a fucking steep hill this on.
I know, and like he didn't treat it with respect. Like sashes, that's one thing about them. You like when you're eating and when you're drinking, you turn it inside out, and like, you know what I mean. Mine's has been through a rough time, like, but she's high quality. But these ones came from auctions. There was only £22 for those ones. This one cost about £90. Like, she's Glasgow authentic. Like, LOL 93, the year I was born.
So how? Let's go back.
Hold on, before we start, can we set the scene of Strabane? And because there's a lot of people that are listening, coming from all over Ireland and don't actually understand Strabane. Can I ask, first of all, what's your pronouns? Is it Strabanistans or Strabanimals? Like, what do you prefer to be called?
From outside the town, cunts.
Opinion bastards.
Strabanimals,
we always go with
Strabanians. Do you know what?
You're a High
I'm a High but for a lot of people that don't like know Strabane, obviously I know because I grew up parts, but like Strabane was a real working class Republican area that, you know,
it still is.
Yeah, it still is, but to the point that, like, you know, Derry, I suppose, because it's a city that's well known, Strabane maybe got to get up to a few things that maybe the Derry ones couldn't, but they were always a fucking force of Republican stronghold, and that's where the name comes from, the Strabanimals and the Strabanistans.
We were always, like, Derry was always the highest on with unemployed, but we were worse. Do you know what I mean? We were always the skinter fucking wee brother, weren't we, really?
I listen to a lot of your videos. Where do you get all your knowledge from?
Man, social worker for years. Honest to God, you know what it's like being a youth worker. But see, when I started off 19, I was working in nursing homes and just always working with people and just always studying as well. So, but yeah, social work just opened my eyes to, I suppose, because when you become a social worker, like, that's the main thing. It's like you're here to challenge social justice. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's your main. That's what the piece of white paper says. Like, so I got to travel all over the world. Like, and you know, when like a psychiatrist sees someone and they see them, you know, for that hour appointment, and you know, social work's complete opposite of that, because not only do we see them for the hour appointment, but we go out and visit them in their homes and see what their families are doing, and like take in. It's like a holistic model of their care. So social work at its ideals is an incredible profession, but like what's happened is, you know, it's bureaucratic. It doesn't want to help these people. Social work is a system that capitalizes off those in poverty, and yeah, it will take a big fucking like plummet to make it fucking change. Like a big fucking. To me, they're just. That's one thing I've learned as a social worker.
This is too smelly.
Smelly.
Fucking mold and. Feels like your spiders.
He took off the sash. Can I just fucking have that noted?
Do you know?
Sorry.
Strabanians, we're not supposed to.
We're not supposed to what?
Wear the sash.
Yeah, but come here, I'm an Ahiarn person. Like, I'm not meant to. To me, a big part of like uniting Ireland, like, is realizing that this isn't a culture. You know, we would have been brought up and says, "Oh, everyone that wears a sash is a bigot or a fucking sectarian." But when you actually look at what they're doing, it's just working class people out and enjoying the drums. And
this is what I was going to say. So my point is, and when people look out, what's he doing? So I get a lot of following from Protestants because they love the crack too. Outside of this country, North and South Island, nobody cares. Nobody. So anything goes on inside it. So Orange, if you look at the Orange men in the South, they have great days out in their marches and their 12 and all. It's all celebrated, and it's like Ross and Isla. People love going to it. It's a day out. Do you know what I mean? And then over the border, then that's where the Britishness coming in. But I see Orange men as part of the Irish culture and the Irish history. Mm-hmm. So anything that happens negatively here from anybody outside, it's just Irish. Yeah. Going mental. So I think splitting each other and hating each other and pushing each other away is never going to. We're never going to get a United Ireland or a New Ireland if that happens.
And that is the key. It's uniting Protestants and Catholics. Like, that's what they don't want. I suppose it was different when I marched on the 12th of July. Like, you were just, you know, obviously the crack and the comedy, but I came in from like a real United Ireland perspective and getting Protestants and Catholics together, you know, getting them around the fire to speak about the differences, you know, asking people where they keep their toasters, like really important fucking things.
But then people at the start take it that you were... So that was my worry, is the other side going to think he's poking fun? Or do you know what I mean? I was doing it to say we're all the fucking same. Mm. We're all just like... We go to work, everybody goes to work, and it doesn't come up. But it's when you go back into your areas. I think education has a lot to do with segregated education, because people are going back into the communities and talking shit. and then work all day. There's nothing. It doesn't affect anybody.
Yeah.
It's
But I've always watched your videos, and I've always taken it that's
the educational thing.
You weren't taking the hand on anybody. You weren't picking sides. It was more about trying to get people to come together.
Yeah.
Did you see me doing you?
What? You done me? Oh my god!
That's really good.
And somebody,
But I suppose like
When was that? When was that march now?
that was 12th of July 2024. Yeah. So it's been almost a year now, and yeah, but it's nice to know, like, just know that there's going to be an end to it all, because, like, you were saying, like, you can go on my TikTok and see what I'm trying to do, but, like, the Belfast Telegraph, like, these media outlets have been fucking horrific. Like, I can't wait to go through and just, like, say what they've been saying. You know, they put out an article that I had schizophrenia, and, like, if I did have schizophrenia, like, if I was truly suffering from a mental health condition, like, what sort of thing is that to fucking put out? It's like they'll try and put you down and try and fucking thing. But, like, thing is, I was a social worker. Like, I've dealt with much worse than the fucking media. Do you know what I mean? They're messing with the wrong person. Like,
has
but
it affected you getting a job or work?
no, not self-employed. Like, so
happy days.
yeah, no. But like, before I marched on the 12th of July, like, I was working self-employed as a therapist anyway. So it didn't really, like, I'd left social work.
Right.
So like, it didn't impact me financially, but it's just been everything. It's been the fucking maddest year. But that's to me been the big part of it, is like people questioning your mental health status. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm
Like,
just going to say, does that affect you? But
And you're doing a lot of this because of mental health of others?
yeah, but because I was a therapist, and I know, oh God, it fucking does get you down. Like,
That's a cracker. Let me see.
oh my God!
Let me see.
'Cause-
I'll get it back to start. There we go. Oh, there you go.
spit BJ.
Please send me
I
that.
did a show in Millennium Forum, I think. We did Orange is the New Green.
Orange is
I have
the
a
new
whole-
green. Why have I not heard of you
You've
before?
done the Millennium Forum.
I've been tagged on you so many times. It's a wonder you weren't tagged with me.
Oh, no one has ever. They don't want us uniting. You
see?
see, they don't want us coming
Because we
together.
can do some stage show.
I know, that's just a thing.
So I would have went around just interviewing people. But so it was safer for me probably to be in Republican areas doing an Orange Man than probably going in the Loyalist area doing an Orange Man.
Yeah.
Because they'll probably say, is that what happened to you? Didn't you?
See, but to be honest, I had no issues with loyalists or unionists. Like, they welcomed me in that day. They brought me to the Sandy Row Supporters Club. I was fed and I was watered. And, like, fair enough, I was dressed provocatively, but I was there to fucking learn, there to be a part of the experience. And, like, that's one of the charges the RUC have up against me, is unlawfully disrupting a parade. Like, no one in the North has ever been charged with this. And they've literally put a charge up, and I'm like, where is the evidence? Like, I've never... I was brought in, I was welcomed in. It's like they're trying to bring this division. Even I was up in court and they were like, oh yeah, her charges are aggravated by religion. I went to the judge. I was like, are you fucking being serious? Charges aggravated by religion. I've made a fucking point to not mention religion once in it. The British Empire is not a religion. It's a fucking colonising force. And I says that. I was like, you know, you're meant to keep quiet in court and let the barrister say, but just as I was walking out, I was like, let me fucking say in this court, like, not once have I used religion as it. And I just stormed off, and the judge then says to me, barrister, she was like, tell your client that I will throw her back in custody again if she doesn't stop making a performance.
Who's running around with who videoed you?
Hey?
Do you just go out without any...
The 12th of July, I went out by myself. And that's the thing. That was some... I think that probably was the Belfast Telegraph. Social worker. I used to have to go into homes. Like, see, when I was in Australia as a social worker, like, I would have to go out to the fucking ghettos with, like, fathers that had, like, horrifically abused their children. You know what I mean? Like, social work just fucking hardened you.
But what was the purpose behind going topless?
Oh, I just tits out, Brits out. Like, I fucking like the female nipple. This is another thing. So they have me down indecent behaviour for the female nipple. I'm like, why? Like, I just love being on the beach with my top over, but why is a male nipple not indecent behaviour, but a female nipple is? I will take that to fucking court and be like, you know, free the nipple.
Is the male nipple against the law? Getting around?
No, but of females isn't. But it's a grey area, and that's why I can't wait to fucking bring it to law. Like, even think about getting Joe Brawley involved, and just for him to do, like, a proper like legal analysis of it, because it's a pile of shit. Like, but that's one thing the Brits hate, is people like performance or mockery, like making a mockery of the system. Like Francis Hughes, who I put in that pin, like he was obviously one of the hunger strikers, but that's what he was known for, was like his playful defiance. So he would go up to the Brits.
He would have wore a uniform as well.
But he went up to the Brits and like him on the run, the most wanted man in the north, and like, oh yeah, can I have a fag? Like, you know what I mean? And them wanted.
That was one of them. Was the house was surrounded by soldiers, and I think Dominic McGlinchey wore a uniform as well, area uniform, and they just went rural, moving about because they were the most wanted man in Ireland, and apparently this house was surrounded. It's on 10 men dead, I think, the book, and if they had started fighting, they were dead. So Francis went out because he had the uniform on, passed through all the soldiers, and instead of just clearing, turned around and says, "Have you a light, mate?" English accent. Got a light, little boy, and went on. That's some balls there, and not like.
But that's what sort of drives me is like, you know, we've seen so much corruption of what England has done here. You know, Strabane, you could fucking write a book, and that's one thing that they can't control. They can control someone going out with a fucking gun to challenge it, but see if you bring crack and comedy and humour, it's one of the oldest, most ancient forms of magic against these colonisers. So like, that's to me.
I don't think England wants us in any way. England would just
don't.
Especially now with the rich the Republic is. The Republic of Ireland's like fifth in the world richest country, isn't it? Like it used to be. I remember in Strabane that because of the way religion worked in the south, there was like people didn't even want. Like I know Republicans that says I wouldn't want to join that.
No, I know.
Do you remember?
Aye.
And then it was just like no. Then the whole conversation about a new Ireland, everything has to be new, north and south. But now, when people look at their wallets. And there's money involved, and there's investment, and we'd be richer if we come together, I believe.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And work together, because they're saying, oh, there's two health systems, two that. Like, Liverpool, many people's probably Liverpool would have the same numbers.
Something similar.
Well, so what is there, 7 million altogether? You don't need two health systems, two education systems, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Cities that size are fucking operating.
Because I was recently at a social work meeting and they actually brought that up about the Northern Ireland having the Southern Trust, the fucking Western Trust. Birmingham is something like twice the size and it only has one system. It actually has a healthcare system and like a mental healthcare system. It's just two systems for something like 3 times.
Oh, we used to have it used to be all the trust areas. No, sure you would have knew it was like mental.
Yeah.
So where did you come away from social work?
Just I went into social work wanting to help people, and then the more I was in the system, particularly the kids' homes, as you both have experience of that, like those are horrific places where we basically take these kids out of poverty and put them in and fucking fuck them up. Do you know what I mean? These kids are taking drugs as soon as they go in there, and this isn't a fault any social work staff. Like, does the kids not to just go out the door? Do you know what I mean?
One of the things that I find hard too is and it's bad because apparently if every social worker qualified now, there'd still be 15% down on posts. So you more or less walk into a job, but the least experienced walk into the hardest jobs. Mm-hmm. So as soon as you're coming out, you're going into family intervention, or you're going into, and you're not skilled.
No.
But it's because of the system. Obviously, that's where you sharpen your teeth, and then you pick where you want to go. So it's like not everybody would be in social workers when we work with young people.
Because we work a lot with social workers, and I know social workers do get a bad rap, and there is some bad social workers out there.
Same bad,
but
a
lot of the time their hands are tied. And like I've come to social workers with all these issues, and they say they're able to give me an answer for this, and it's resources and it's time and it's massive caseloads.
Systems, as you're saying.
Yeah, so the system needs to be dismantled. Like, but do you not think like a United Ireland's a chance to bring in, because it won't be DUP, Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. It'll be like this new Ireland, a chance to actually bring in a party that fucking represents the people. You know, a healthcare system that works, education that works, the reunification of Ireland, like from a Western world country. Like nothing like this will ever have happened in a global scale. So it's the chance to push in a way of doing things that isn't fucking run by these BRJs. I call them BRJs, or like these elites that are running everything at the minute. Like they're the ones that are causing a genocide at Palestine. Like they're the ones that fucking split the north into south. They're colonists. They basically profit off us. Do you know what I mean? That's their whole fucking thing. So that's what I want people to get excited. United Ireland, this is fucking Protestants, loyalists especially. Like this culture.
Loyalists and unionists would have, an Ulster men say, would have more power in a United Ireland than they do now in a United Kingdom.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? They'd have a lot more of the percentage of and a say and stuff of what goes on. There's a few unionists and farmer loyalists that are coming around now to the whole idea.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that leave for 10 years. say you're in America for 10 years and you see Ireland, it's that size, and then you see what's going on, and you're going, fucking hell.
Aye.
And you're called Irish wherever you go.
Yeah. Well, I met the Grand Master of the Lodge in Rossnally. You couldn't fucking write it. Like, the people I just fall into steps. I wasn't wearing my sash. I was undercover Californian because I was on the run, like, at that stage. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just really interested in your lodge. Of course, I walk beside the head honcho and I asked him, I was like, why can't you march where the Battle of the Boyne actually happened? And he completely deflected my question. But, like, any unionist, anyone that
why don't they?
and the lodge, exactly.
The
Do you know what I mean? That's why I want to get Protestants, loyalists, unionists excited about United Ireland, because this culture can fucking expand. You can march to the place where you're meant to march, which is in the Battle of the Boyne. March all over fucking Ireland. Let's make it a 3-day holiday. Do you know what I mean? Like, and get everyone.
I work in the south and it lost me 2 days in the north. Do you know the 2 bank holidays?
Yeah.
I miss it. They need to bring
Do you know what?
the Orange Order into the north, or south proper.
I
Days
always
off.
tell this story about, we were down in Rossnally and we went to a place and they were marching on the beach and they all landed up to this bar where we were eating, and I was wearing a Republic Ireland top and dirty looks banging on the me on the top head. Aye.
That's right. Because you're wearing a
the
Republic
But
Ireland?
I forgot, because I'm so used to being in Northern Ireland, and you get that when you're like, if you're in Belfast and you're wearing an Ireland top. And then I remember, I was like, hold on a fucking minute. We're fucking Republic Ireland here, and I'm wearing a Republic of fucking Ireland t-shirt. But like it was like I was almost.
Aye, but if you were in England, Celtic were playing down in England, and boy come in among all Celtic supporters with an England top on, he'd probably get the same.
But like, fair enough, we were in Belfast.
You walking like a hired man too,
fucking
you know.
Shankill or somewhere, but I'm fucking Rossnally Beach.
I know. That's mad, like. But it's mad, just even Celtic and Rangers, like, I feel that's another tool, because, like, these BRJ colonisers, like, that's what they do, is they divide and conquer. So they make us turn against each other, rather than us seeing people on the 12th of July out marching, just our neighbours, or like, no, they're bigots, they're sectarian, they're fucking, and I'm like, no, they're just working class people out enjoying the drums. But it's the same thing with Glasgow and Glasgow with the Celtic and Rangers. Like, that's a way to fucking breed division and cause hatred. Like,
They made it religion when it wasn't religion.
Yeah.
It was about England coming into Ireland, do you know what I mean? Nothing to do with religion.
But that's what the
Sure,
colonists
Wolf
do.
Jones, Protestant, do you know what I mean? There's
Henry
so
John
many.
McCracken, all the best Republicans were Protestants,
Kept the Irish language alive. Do you know, if you look back into the history, and like a lot, especially England, don't have a clue about Irish history at all. Do you know, and you see them all coming out going, geez, I didn't know the famine was a genocide, didn't know any of this. About the plantations of Scottish and
And I
English.
find that very evident even with the migrants, like all the loyalists coming out and speaking against migrants. And then you're like, William of Orange, migrants who came
all
over
the
in a boat,
planters.
I know.
They're all migrants. Everybody, do you know what I mean, is a migrant, really?
Like,
Do you know what's happening in America now? It's making me sick. There's a lot of Irish getting sent home by the ICE. Like, my dad met 2 mates he knew from 30 years ago. 4 wins, 6 or 7 grand wins, sent home. Boy out there was watching, he was just going to work. Arrested him, threw him in. They says, well, more or less kidnapped off the street. Now I'm back in Armagh. Fucking hell. Did nothing wrong, paid his taxes,
where'd your dad all from again?
with cash. Aye, it was on time with these boys.
Yeah.
But so they must but
Do you come from, like, Republican families?
I do,
then?
aye.
Yeah.
with all my family.
No way.
My dad had 15
Your dad
years.
wasn't around now, the son's wearing a sash. Look at this for cross community,
My
lad.
dad had 15 years.
Wow.
My uncle was the youngest man in the blanket.
Fuck.
Kieran McGillicuddy, and both sides, even my wife, her ma was on side now. So it was like, but see, whenever we were growing up, my ma kept me away from it all. Tried to. The purpose behind it was to make your own mind up. Instead of, there's some people just trying to band, do this, do that, hate. Wasn't about hate. Do you know what I mean? My ma was wild good like that. If anything homophobic had come out of us boys, we would have found out very quick. You're rare to be a strong mother. 3 brothers, you know what I mean? So she kept that probably too much, and then we ended up fucking mental for a while, but all the sides of the family, if you go right back to the grandas and both grandas and all, they're all involved in the struggle.
Because we done a series of podcasts that came out of the fact that his dad was in prison and his mother was left raising 3...
She was pregnant, they were younger brother.
3 boys, and what it cost the family. And we interviewed his dad and his uncle, and I asked his dad, if he could do it all over again. The hardship of putting his family, poverty, 15 years in the case. And he was like, in a heartbeat. He's like, I don't know why more people didn't.
Yeah.
He couldn't believe the people that backed off, because you have to remember when we were at school and all back then, it was like the way sort of dissidents are treated now. Mm-hmm. You know, like your dad's in jail and the house got raided a few times. My ma was took away 3 or 4 times too as well.
But it is a class thing, do you know what I mean? Like, I was up in fucking Antrim yesterday and just driving through planter territory, and I was like, oh my god, like the heaviness of it. But like, don't
Israeli
understand.
flags that really get...
I know.
When you're going up to Belfast for your day,
that could be our first maybe Orange Man task.
I'm thinking, is that there's people. It's a human thing now. It's got with that genocide, you know. So I don't understand. Is it a minority within a group that's putting them up, or as people? Is that telling us we would love to see that happen to the Catholics? Is that what it's saying? Like,
I don't even think it's the average working class loyalist Protestant putting that up. It's the same people that put the refugees boats on the fire. It's the same one that put the effigy of kneecap hanging. Like, how can the average working class loyalist that goes to these afford that? Like, these are the elites that are trying then to control. Oh, look what they're doing the 11th night. Look what everyone that gets around the fire. And I'm like, fuck off.
And
like, we're not giving in to your tactics anymore.
If they went out and painted the front and curbs of the front, one of the top DUP politicians, they wouldn't stand for it, or hang a flag outside their house. They would been. I would say up the Malone Road, if you're seeing any of the loyalist or unionist persuasion people, they don't have their curbs painted out the front. Like,
no,
you know, there's no marking territory out there, but they'll support it happening in working class areas, and low deprivation and all that. So.
It's divide and conquer, do you know what I mean? But that definitely, like the Israel flags, really, because I know the average fucking loyalist unionist wouldn't want them up either, just because I think everyone's woke up now that Israel are bad.
Yeah.
Took fucking 2 years, but that could definitely be a task of our lodges to get a fucking ladder, because you have one just 10 minutes outside of Strabane. Is that Dunnamana? What do you call
lodge?
it? No, the fucking Israel flag. Like, that's where's the Strabanimo people have lost their fucking fight? Where's the fucking the cause? Do you know what I mean?
It's mad too, because like if you look at the Israeli history, they attacked the Brits and killed like 50 of them in a hotel, soldiers. They also attacked the USA. They tried to take down a ship that was carrying their whole army, and it was just whitewashed. Nobody talked about that. But they attack everybody. Like many countries have they attacked this last few weeks.
Yeah.
All the Middle Eastern. And then they're calling them evil. Qatar, I thought that was a stupid move.
No. Well, the Irish teachers, English teachers as well.
Everything. Do you know what I mean? And a partner to America and all that there, Craig. So I don't know what's planned. Is he just evil? No, he's just fucking evil.
My vision is that when Ireland becomes united, because we were never meant to be a neutral country, like I feel like Ireland will lead the fucking fight. We'll get like all other countries will come behind us and go over to Israel and fucking get them out, like basically. No, because we weren't like the only reason we went neutral is because we were under England's, like this is speaking about the Republic, we're under England's sway for 800 years. So Ireland was like, we're not getting involved in any wars. But I feel a just war, like a war. Like everyone, the whole world is woken up to it now. Like, why aren't people going in and just fucking sending their armies and attacking? Like, it's because people are too scared of Israel.
Did you see the TED Talk where Ireland ended up the goodest country in the world? So it's a scientific fact when it comes to giving, supporting, all that crack. He says not the greatest, the goodest. So it's a scientific thing. But Ireland came out top in the world. That we, for the size of us, for what do you call it? Per what? Per
capita.
Capita, isn't it?
What would be land capita like?
So we're the goodest in the world.
The goodest? Is that even a
That's because of what you experience. It's what you experience creates what people end up like, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? So the struggle makes people look...
So how do you feel about religion? Are you Catholic?
I don't. I've studied all the religions. I've done Ramadan there and like Muslim, Jew. I love big studier into religion. I think it's all the one God. Like, so Allah is God.
But do you believe in a God?
Oh, big time.
I don't believe in God. No.
Do you not?
No.
Neither of you do.
No, not him. I'm sort of agnostic. I'm struggling a wee bit with it.
Yeah. Have you ever had mushrooms before?
Aye.
But if he's done them in like a sacred sort of
Religious.
ceremony, not religion, it's just being at the land with a fire, you'll fucking.
No, we did
make
it.
A kneecap
Our
concert?
golf course.
Huh?
A kneecap concert, is that?
But see, when you take them in the perfect settings, like, because I didn't believe in God until the age 25, and I took mushrooms for the first time, and I was like, fuck, like, you can see it in everything. And even the Irish language, Gia Ditch, like, God be with you, Gia Smuraditch, God and Mary be with you. God has always been a big part of it. But the reason people are so afraid of God is because what Catholicism done, you know what I mean? It made God this fucking angry male figure. God
your
isn't
knees.
that. God's just unconditional love, and it's this
God is
force
not-
that's guiding everything, like, so.
People are looking at the man. It won't even be an object. But it could be a computer as well, right?
But you know, like, it's not that it's not religion. Well, it is religion, but I'm a spiritual. But it's the Catholic religion really put me off. Like, things like spotlight.
Systems and all. You're not. But you're just. That's what I says. I'm sort of more spiritual than systems and fucking.
But like it was, I think Spotlight, the film was the final.
Here.
Jangle, and it was the final straw for me, just in terms of what the Catholic Church knew, and paedophiles and moving them around and hiding them, and even like all the laundries and all the dead babies
man,
and all
and Chum.
Chum,
Just killing babies and selling babies. And the mothers are getting off.
But that's not
and the
God.
men were alright.
That's not God. Like,
No,
so you
no,
need to
I understand
separate
that,
that.
but-
And it's like, find your own way to God. You know what I mean? God is fucking everywhere. Like, I was out walking in the forest this morning. I was just like, holy fuck. Like, to me, I don't know if you know much about Colmkill. So St. Colmkill, Donegal, he was a Donegal saint, but he combined, I suppose, the God with the land as well. And I think that's where we've gone wrong in
like the
Ireland.
American Indians.
Yeah, but then St. Patrick came and he was like, no, fuck this here. It's all about God, because they want to control. When you're connected to the land and connected to
look
like, the
after
Celtic
it.
wheel, they can't control you. Do you know what I mean? You're this force that can't be controlled. So, like, definitely, look, to me, it starts with mushrooms.
They're
Like,
talking with
you'll
the-
see God with
did
that,
you-
like, in the right setting. Like.
Did you see the new thing that they did with the mushrooms there? And they're trying to, if you get an infrared light and put it on the wall when you're on mushrooms, and it happens to everybody, and they don't tell them, you see code.
for.
They don't know what it is. It's
Oh,
definitely
it's just you
code.
see a code. But
They're
you know
trying
what?
to get AI to decipher it or whatever.
I'll keep this story.
So we might be just graphics. They could have done better in my graphics, the bastards.
They're going to give you a better
Fucking
avatar.
hell, I know. What am I like? What
I'm
am I?
happy enough, man.
Bracket fucking. What do you call him? Bracket. Your man? Bracket fucking what?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. I look like Ralph. Bastards.
No, I'm going to keep this story very generic because I don't want to out the person that told me. Not that he wanted, but it was.
Out the cunt.
No. It's nothing like that. It's actually a very wholesome story. So, it was a person that told me that his mother passed away, and he took it quite bad. And somebody suggested like a séance. So he's not one of those people that would believe in any of that, but he was in kind of such a bad place that he decided to go along with it. So he went to this guy's house, and he was expecting this old woman to come out, with a fucking headpiece on and the rattles and the chains. And this guy came out about 20 years old. And he was
I'm your mom, not dead.
he was like, fuck me, what have I got myself into? So he started the seance. He was like, all your aunties and all, and he started naming the aunties, and he was thinking, well, that's stuff that you can find out. Like, it's not a hard one. And then he says, look, has my mother got a message for me? And she was like, go and tell him to stop putting fucking flowers in my grave. I fucking hate flowers. And he was like,
Shut up.
He hated flowers. And he's like, it's probably something else
That you could.
that you could find out. And he said, she's got a message for you. And he was like, what? I was still getting goosebumps about it. He was like, I've got a message for you. And he was like, what is it? And he was like, do you remember the phrase that only me and you talked about? And he says, Cookie, no one knows this phrase. Not my brothers, not my sisters, nobody. It's only something me and my mother used to say to each other. He actually has a tattoo on him now. Your man said the phrase.
Fuck off.
Now, this is not somebody that fucks about. This is not somebody that doesn't believe in
Well,
it.
stop. Then you're going to hell then, the way you talk. See, if you go with 5 years, you're chatting about the.
But that's where all the crack is, hell. We always see, people walking around eating fucking dry bread and sandals in heaven.
See, hell isn't real, so hell is something that they created to make us fearful that they can control. There's no such thing as hell. There is karmic, so like if you're really bad in this lifetime, that you'll be reincarnated into a lifetime that's much worse. So like and the reincarnation
You
is
end up a
known
dung
amongst
beetle.
all religion. Yeah, but like
Pushing shade
even
up a hill all day. Just.
something really, really horrific. Like, so there's no such thing as hell, but you will be born again, maybe into hellish circumstances. But there's always the chance to exceed
Do you ever
that.
notice somebody dies in the family and then a baby's born?
Right.
Doesn't always happen, but That's
Good point, Ron. Good point.
Well, I'm here
Always
too.
happens, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
See, when anybody listens to our podcast, we always say they're always sitting with a wee notepad and pen, just taking, learning.
But see, like that's kind of a wee bit unexplainable. I was like thinking about that story all day. It was like there must be a bit of something out there.
Oh, lads are
Like, what's going on? I always say there's like, you can't be too smart. You always think you're smarter than everybody else, but you're not. You don't do fuck all.
Well, this is another thing colonisers stopped us from doing, was connecting with the land. And like literally this time of the year now, you look in your fields and our indigenous medicine of connecting with God and connecting with spirituality, the liberty caps are sprouting up as we speak. But if you go near them, you're fucking mad, or you'll go mad. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, but they're such a...
Our golf course was full and we used to love it.
Yeah. But if you do them in the proper, so you're probably going out and taking them, getting fucking mango up. See, if you sit around a fire and you've someone holding space for you, and to really fucking go inward, you'll not only heal parts of your body, the trauma that you've experienced, like I'm sure intergenerational, you've been through, given what happened with your dad, like you still carry that in your fascia, but you'll actually connect with this force that's much bigger than us. You can call it God, you can call it what, like that. To me, God, find your own word for it, like find your own meaning.
We all
for
climbed
it.
up a tree in the golf course, and when they started to work, we looked down and I says, boys, is that water or grass? Everybody thought it was water, so we were up the tree for like 7 hours. I'm knocking down fucking, it was like waves and swelling. But
So, how often would you do that then? Would that be kind of...
I haven't, and for a while, like, to be honest, I was just fucking... I didn't want to escape, like, to me, mushrooms bring you to this place of fucking love and light and happiness, and there was a part of me with this year just really wanted to be with the heaviness of the north and not transcend that in a way. So I took some yesterday when I was up. We were picking... The time has fucking come now.
I was written the eyes, so a couple of years ago.
So we were up in, what's the name of the hill? Maybe I'm not meant to say it.
Do you dry them out, or do you just eat them raw?
Oh, we were eating them just raw off the fields, up the fucking red, running up the red diet. But no, honest God, like, just, like, I was in fucking bad form yesterday, and I only took about 6 of them, and just literally just calmness, peace, like, they were nature's antidepressant, you know what I mean? Now people are
because
fucking...
you can't die them, like.
Yeah, and now people are addicted to so much other dopamine-filling ones, you know, sugar, fucking, like, it's to me, big pharma's poison, do you know what I mean? I met a guy who was on 150 milligrams of sertraline for 33 years, no fucking review. That's just completely numbing. Of course, he doesn't feel sadness, he doesn't feel joy, he has no fucking sexual energy, like,
Our
everything
family
was
member
just
like that for 10 years, just existed.
Yeah, and then they give out
Now,
about mushrooms.
and he's back at God, God brought up, he's 100% believing in God now. Wow. That got him round. Stop taking everything. Mm-hmm. And like he was even.
I don't mean God in that context. Like,
he was
if it
taking
brings you out of a dark hole, and that's a good thing.
The medication he was taking was doing what you're saying. Just there was like times it was just dormant, and then at night he would have probably went on to cocaine. So that was the vicious cycle for like 10 years, and then now none. Now he's in the horticulture and goes to mass every day.
All the young people I work with now are all pregabalin. Like.
Pregabalin is a fucking curse.
And then they're buying them online, so what do you get?
But like a lot of my young people now, they're not even taking them to get high, they're taking them daily as
coping.
To level out.
Aye.
You know what I mean? It's
that's what happens to coke users too. They don't enjoy it anymore.
No.
Like people, this is what I used to do when I was starting Newport too. If they see people, the natural way for people to go is he's a druggy bastard, as if it's like he's a cunt. But do you think he wants to be lying in a mess? Like I always notice, if you look at alcoholics or drug addicts, look at their house, they look the same. Wallpapers falling off the wall, blue mould, because they forget about they lose everything. They don't want to be there. Do you know what I mean? And it's an illness, not a look at that scumbag here. Do you know what I mean? I was never. That's probably why I was a youth worker too, because I went through shit, and I understand. Look, people are quick to blame young people in care. But you have to look at the circumstances of why they're in care.
Exactly.
So they just look at him going, he was that bad at home, they had to put him in care. It's never that.
No.
Very, very, very rare. And see if it is that, it's usually that's a voluntary, what do you call it, referral. So parents are still involved in that. That's just sort of a wee intervention. The people that live in homes is because of something serious that's happened. Traumatic, do you know what I mean? And you're right, sometimes the systems aren't suited because they get to 21, they're like, go, bye.
Exactly.
But it's an epidemic, like.
I know.
Working with a couple of young people now that are, it is a complete epidemic. Like, and it's, see, even talking to them and interventions, they're so far gone, it's so hard to pull them out.
Yeah.
They're so deep in like the pregabalin, buds.
Yeah, you can't do your youth work where it used to be. We used to do relationship building and stuff like that. But you can't do it anymore because they're
It's
sick.
like it's
they're
real.
cyclic.
It's like a cycle of self-harm and pregabalin, and it's.
They're not enjoying it.
But they're numbed, and that's why I'm so passionate about plant medicines. Like, there's literally a different plant that can be used to get people out of this. Do you know what I mean? Like,
My cousin actually does that, and she Donna Boyle, look her up on Facebook. She went to uni and did all that. That was her degree.
herbology was it?
It must have been something like that. And then remember Terry, the brother, was taking these drinks. And she's got all different types of potions and stuff, but it's all that.
But would you
natural.
do like altered states ones as well? Because
don't
that's
think
a
so.
big, like, this is, people think like
she
getting in
does,
an
I'll be
altered
ringing
state is like, you didn't fucking mention me.
You didn't mention
She's
fucking
a drug dealer.
Did you flip the menu, big fella? I'll be back.
But that's like, to me, altered states, there's a real fear around Irish people's getting into altered states, but altered states have been a part of humanity going back thousands of years. There was even a test done with rats, and like, even fucking rats love to get an altered state. Like, it's always been a
Nothing
part
to
of
do
it.
with creativity too. Humans became seriously creative because of what they seen when they were under the influence of some sort of mushroom or whatever they're taking, so it made them more creative, and we developed quicker because of it.
Well, that's what people are looking for now when they reach for the cocaine or reach for the pregabalin. They're looking for altered states. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what will get me fucking high? What will get me out of this pain that I'm in now? Particularly the pregabalin. The pregabalin's just fucking numbing people. Like, I have a really good friend of mine fucking addicted to it as well, and it just numbs you from what's actually happening. It's really, really dangerous. But if we can bring back safe ways of getting an altered state, and that's why I'm so passionate about the mushrooms, but it can't just be fucking go out and eat a bag of mushrooms, because if someone with psychological pain that eats mushrooms and maybe is in a good place, that can severely fuck them
needs
up.
to be
but it's bringing to be, first of all,
make
they
it
should
safe.
be fucking legalised. You know what I mean? The fact that something that grows in your field is a fucking
My
class
backyard
A.
had a couple there.
And you're in possession of class A. You know what I mean? Like, if
Is
that's
it class A?
that Liberty Caps are a class A psilocybin is class A.
OMG.
Same as cocaine that destroys
When
people's
we were
lives.
we were afraid to go over the main bridge in the town because we thought it would fall. We're all standing on a big idiots.
But like, I
We
think
first get the
like I understand the manufacture and selling of cocaine. It grows in fields. They chop it down, they bag it up, they mix it, they chop it, the cartels sell it on. It makes its way here.
By the time it gets to Strabane, what's on it?
No,
You know what I mean?
But then, like, I see these.
Starts in a jungle somewhere.
But I see these young people taking pregabalin in capsules, and you know the ones that they rip out of the wee thing coming in boxes. So, like, are they stole? Are they?
I was
are
working
they
with a wee
left
girl one
aside?
day and I thought she's eating chewing gum. I was doing like wee one-to-one with her and she's chewing away like that and her teeth were blue. I says, what's that treating? Oh, she says, them blues hit you quicker when you chew them. She had a mouthful of them just crunching in. Do you know what I mean? And then she just went under herself. Like, you don't need to eat one or two of them. If you're advised by a doctor, she's chewing on them. And apparently if you chew them, they go to your brain quicker or whatever. That affect you. So it's serious.
But it's money again. Pregabalin and cocaine, there's big money in those industries. Mushrooms, there's not. You know what I mean? You can't capitalise off mushrooms. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they're the medicine of the people. Whereas look at the amount. I always say that to people that take cocaine. The amount of people that died to get that wee fucking bag in your hand. Do you know what I mean? It's horrific. Like, and then pregabalin is big pharma. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just when you were on about the mushrooms, and they've always been here. Like, think of the parties back in the day. Then, do you know? When would they start? Like, even during the rough times, you had the mushrooms at least.
Exactly. And you had mushrooms and you had good quality alcohol. Like, we were always a drinking people. So obviously we drink now because of the trauma, the colonies, we're still under illegal occupation. But like back in the day, it was fires, it was mushrooms, but it was good quality mead along with it, or whiskey. Do you know what I mean? Like, see, I've been in experiences with mushrooms and alcohol together, and it's like, fuck, you wouldn't take anything other than that. One is like healing you, and then I suppose alcohol is bringing you into this sort of more relaxed experience. Like, so that's the fucking parties I want to bring back.
Have you ever
Stay away from
drugs,
Evo
like-
stick.
Yeah, I've taken, when I was in Melbourne, Australia, like I hadn't touched anything before that, like growing up in Ahiar and being a social worker. And I remember taking MDMA for the first time. Now I don't. To me, with the right dose of mushrooms, you can get the same as you can with MDMA. But it was like I felt connection for the first time. I felt that like feeling of everything's going to be all right. Like, but
psychiatrists use it in some countries.
Yeah, MDMA.
You'd end up telling everything, wouldn't you? We're here, it's one too.
I love you, man.
But yeah, I've like particularly with cocaine. I think cocaine's like I don't know. You've probably noticed that you're a bit older, but when I was growing up, like cocaine wasn't as widespread as
it wasn't.
Now.
The only thing in our town, and then you had people. So it was very low key too because of the RAS stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't like England where it was just cops you had to watch.
Worried about the cops and the RAS.
But over here, it was just brown.
Mm-hmm. And then
you had the Byrne.
What's brown?
Instead of it's like dope instead of hash.
Yeah. It's like a lump of brown that you had to fucking burn your finger.
You always knew the smokers because they had holes all over their t-shirts. You know what I mean? You put it up and it was just like
hot rocks used to
hot rocks
everywhere.
And then traps.
Traps too.
Everybody loved them. And then the love affair we had with ecstasy.
Ecstasy, I know.
2 years and nobody fighting.
No.
I know.
Boys in the town that hated each other, hugging.
Yeah. And
getting
that was
up
a
and cringing, going, "Hey man, I said you to call me."
And you could have went to a rave anywhere.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland back then. Everybody was after him.
Right.
No, there was no fucking.
Yeah, everybody's happy.
Because the arena was run by the UVF, was it?
No, that was the area. I think the UVF did Kelly's.
The Kellys.
Oh, did they run Kelly's?
Apparently, when you went in, those boys that went earlier, they were standing at the door going, "Ease, trip, speed," selling it just at the doors in bags.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently that's.
No, I've been researching into that and like the culture of raving, like because so many people haven't experienced it, or even like you go to the raves here in the north and they're fucking such angry, like fucking everyone's fighting places. See the raves I went to in Melbourne, like it was just fucking calmness and everyone just getting along.
Well, that's what they were here, and you think about it now, all the ravers are old men now, old women.
Yeah.
But
we're 45.
But there's ravers. You're telling me that there was nobody. How long was raving? The 90s, really? Aye. Yeah, so say 19. So say 99. Somebody was 25. What age are they now?
Go.
They're 25 in the 90s.
They're 50, 49,
like 45, 50, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So there's 60-year-olds that fucking partied back then. 30-year-old in 1990.
Well, I was 19 in 1989.
I know, but there would have been 30-year-olds out fucking raving. So they'd be fucking in their 60s now, would they?
Good
times.
Good times.
But what I'm saying is, your man, dad, we're at it.
Your ma's your dad, Hazel. Trinity.
If you're a balls, you'll be your uncle.
You're a wee ecstasy, baby.
That's the way the bed went.
So do you see the way you walk down through the town there? Does it not, like when you got out of the car, you could quite happily put that sash and hat in a bag, but you thought, nah, fuck it.
Oh, it is. It's like to me, creativity and art, like, because everything I put on, the fucking, from the pin to everything is put in with a, like, performance.
Attention.
Even the bells, like, I wore the sash to court, and I wasn't allowed to wear it in the courtroom, but I was sitting, and the judge speaking, I would just be shaking like this, you know what I mean?
There's that we're on about the performance.
There's a wee bit of defiance that, like, to me, like, creativity is the best way that we challenge us here, so... Yeah, again, no fear. I feel like it'll be a cultural revolution that'll free Ireland. It's going to not... People think of culture and they think of music, but like it's so much more than that. It's wee acts that you take every day to put it, because the armed struggle, like it's been and it's done. And like people, like I'd never deny, like I'd say if I grew up in the Troubles, I would have had a gun in my hand, absolutely. Like definitely, how could you watch people come in and shoot people dead and not expect to join the IRA? But I feel now it's a cultural revolution that will free Ireland, and it needs to come from north and south, and like everyone can get involved with culture. Do you know what I mean? Everybody. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be.
It has to include everybody.
Yeah.
So you could come in here without them, and nobody would know who you are. But as soon as you put it on, everybody knows you. Don't they? Because everybody knows the videos and everybody knows.
The commotion outside. You don't have to talk about it, but you did get into a bad spot before, and did that not scare you?
But that was my we'll speak about Armagh because it was mad. That was one of my fucking best friends, and he's still, like, I still call him my friend, and that's maybe why social work you know, when I worked in residential, like
friendly with this person.
well, I haven't. So here's the thing. So he got arrested, and as part of his thing, I wasn't expecting to see him so quickly. Like he literally fucking. I got battered in November. It was his.
What did you get? What happened to you get battered?
It was his 40th. Well, again, cocaine's fucking in the picture. He started taking cocaine that night before he'd even drank, and like I was watching him at the table. I was like, this isn't going to fucking go good. But it was his 40th birthday. I was like, fucking, I'm not like let him do what he wants. And yeah, we went back to a house party and he just fucking came in. I mean, again, social work training.
I thought you were at a bonfire.
No, I know everyone thought that's the thing. Everyone thought it was a fucking fraud. That was one of my fucking, and he's still does he? Completely different. It's one of my friends. He's from Armagh, and I would say fucking.
So anybody out there that's blaming straight away, that's what people do too. She was battered by loyalists. Yeah. Or she was battered by the Shoji.
That was the narrative.
Wow. I know, but it's mad how just like it's mad how the media, and like to be honest, that doesn't bother me. You can go on TikTok and you can see what I'm fucking presenting. I do lives and people just come on and ask me the truth. Like,
but so we're looking like, and like a lot of people were worried for you. Like.
I know, and because I bounced back, like I was just like as if nothing had happened. But like anyone who's worked as a social worker, like I used to fucking get the shit kicked out of me by these kids, and they were from the bog side and they were from the fucking Shankle, and literally we'd have to go into work the next day as if nothing had happened.
TCA training.
Yeah, that's fucking dumb shit.
I recently got battered by a fucking 8-year-old, and he fucking.
Because you're trying to keep calm, and they're furious.
Aye.
And they're probably an edge, and they need something.
I'm splitting up, and I was like, an 8-year-old.
Some, and this is true. Some people would say that it's easier to be a screw in a jail than it would be a social worker in a children's home.
Definitely.
Because you put them in, lock the door, and then you go back to your office, keep an eye, go and check on him. Where these are people, and it seems that they've always got a need. They're very needy, so they're on you all the time, constantly on you. Need, or run away, and then you have to go look at them.
And do you know what? You were talking earlier about the way college is spitting them out. It seems to be a lot of young females. There's very few males working in the industry, and especially in the children's home, it seems to be a lot of females. And it's young girls coming out of college, and they do get an eye opener, and because like there's nothing in books can teach you what. And they're all so individual.
I remember it was to do my own job, the old job I did. I moved on from that job now, but I'm still sort of the same organisation. But one of the young fellas, and he's all bark, no bite. Like he actually said to one of the workers that worked with me, she was like 8 months pregnant, fuck up or I'll kick you in the belly. You know what I mean? None of them ones. But there was a wee girl come in to do ICT for us. We couldn't get anybody. And it's mostly one-to-one or real small groups, and I'm involved. And the abuse, this wee girl was just out of uni. But you know the thing about her too, she was 20, she looked about 15. And he was just a wee bastard, do you know what I mean? Horrible, going as hard as he can. And I was saying, listen, because the experienced tutors know that's just him. Do you know the way you have to sort of just ignore it because you know that's their baseline, or maybe they're looking some. And I said, listen, and I did pull the young fella out of the room and said, you can't be going on like that. And she says, I'm grand. Never seen her again. She doesn't need it. You know what I mean? I don't need this. I'm trying to teach ACT. I don't need abused and attacked.
You become so used to that kind of behaviour.
Don't you?
Yeah.
You don't see it as heightened state because it is their baseline.
Because this talk here is on the support of the professionals as well that are on there, having to deal with systems that don't suit.
But what would be your advice for someone starting out social work?
No, like honestly, social work made me into the person I was today, and it was actually my social work training that saved my life. Like when he was over us with a hammer, like it was social work training that kicked in that fight or flight. Now I mean, my face was battered and bruised, it was covered in blood, like I was fucking. But straight away, social work training, I was like, right, what would you do when a child's coming at you? What is your TCI training? So I was like, right, first of all, separate him away from the other fella that he beat the shit out of. So I got him down the stairs, and the other fella was able to ring the police when I was away. And like he had completely like his humanity, like there was nothing in his eyes, they were completely glazed. And that's what cocaine, see if you're taking all these uppers, it's like you get to that point where you're just, your soul literally goes out of your body. And it was social work training. Even when I was going down the stairs, he could have just fucking pushed me in the stairs. He had a hammer in his hand, like, but I was literally just doing everything TCI, going down the stairs flapping. So social work training will, It'll fucking test your limits of humanity, but it'll also strengthen you in a way that prepares you for all the hard knocks that life's going to throw at you. Like, definitely.
Well,
Like, yeah. So like when you're saying, "Oh, you're not scared walking through Strabane, the sash," I'm like, "What the fuck?" Do you know what I mean? Like, I
could genuinely get into this type of work because I see myself and a lot of the young fellas that were doing A, B, and C, and if them drugs were available when I was young, I probably would have sampled it because I drank 3 to 4 days a week to get out of my normal life and go into a world where I thought I have control, but I didn't have control. I was getting involved in fights and handlings, but you just felt comfortable and happy and excited, and the rest of the week was just about getting to Thursday night or Friday night again. Yeah. So it's bad that your life is that pishy. You're not enjoying life that much that you can't wait to get drunk. I know a lot of people love the weekends and all that there, but I was escaping.
Yeah.
You went back into your box.
Escapism,
that's what it is.
There's a lot of it.
And then in some, I always give an example. One of the where life can go. I was living in a place in Derry, and it was one of them supported accommodations. I was like young, and you had to buzz in to get up to me. And I got a phone call. It was a Monday, and it was there's a guy downstairs looking at you running, but he looks a bit under the weather. I landed down. He was a famous guy from Strabane, bodybuilder, but he was off his head. He says, "You coming up with us?" The other boy was a younger fellow than me, and he had addiction issues, and then the guy in the car. And I went with him, me sober, and did everything they did, letting them drive, and I let a drunk man drive me off. Yay! The 3 of them are dead now because of drugs and drink. Overdoses and suicide.
Dead.
And I'm just this.
That's what I mean.
But you know what I mean? I was just lucky.
Yeah.
I was lucky I never became addicted to anything. But I got the stuff I would have did under the influence nearly ruined everything for me. Actions, you know what I mean? So I seriously think they make it now to 48. I'm fucking lucky.
What age you, Claude?
32.
You're only a wee.
32 counties. I feel like I'm
You should just stay 32 now.
No, not Ireland's free.
Just that's the way I do my calendars.
You did say 93, but I couldn't work it out.
I feel
I never used to go past March.
He's not fine. Like, I'm about to say 32, and like I'm just fucking feel like an old woman. I'm just like, fucking catch yourself on. I just can't wait for Ireland to be free so I can go off and fucking live in a cottage and not have to.
Do you think you'll be alive for United Ireland?
Well, we're going to get a United Ireland. What do you think? Like, we are at a period of great change. Like, we're at a period of fucking revolution. Like, why do you think we can't bring in a United Ireland? It's just the people need to actually be calling for it, not only Protestants,
so border
Catholics,
poll, and then let's put our cases forward. Is that what you think?
Yeah, border poll. To me, all onus needs to be on a border poll and sparking the cultural revolution. Like, everyone listening to this now, you are part of this cultural revolution. Be that through poetry, be that through crack, be that through comedy, be that through music. Like, channel this in and embass it in. Like, but to me, the reason people aren't calling for a border poll is because of Sinn Féin. Like, I've only really understood Sinn Féin. Like, I think Sinn Féin is one of the main blocks to a United Ireland, because you ask Protestant loyalists, like, right, you obviously don't want to be part of England, it's shite. Like, why do you not want to be part of United Ireland? Because we don't want to vote for Sinn Féin terrorists, and that is their fucking word that they say. Like,
that's mad too. It's because the Republicans that lifted up Sinn Féin don't support Sinn Féin
exactly. Are you Shinners?
No. My dad's one of them boys that he's whoever is supporting United Ireland, and that he's friends and all, but I know that one of his mates went independent, and a lot of people turned on him. Sinn Féin supporters turned on him because they thought he was watering down the thing, but it was independent issues.
I always vote independent because they've actually dealt with problems.
To do things for you
they
locally.
Do things for me. They've come to my house, they've sorted problems. They've
a lot of the joke
around
is
the community, and they sorted them for me. So that's, I've seen it face to face on the ground.
The joke is now that Sinn Féin is now the SDLP of the past.
They are, but you know,
and a lot of SDLP supporters from the past are all sinners now, and a lot of sinners hate. Like, so my family be split. My brothers hate them. My mother-in-law and her sisters-in-law don't hate what's happened with them.
But your dad being inside, like, would he still vote for Sinn Féin?
I think he went independent with his mate rather at that time, but if they asked him to sing at events and stuff, he goes, or somebody dies, he'll sing at the grave and all that there kind of crack. But
is he a singer?
Well, he's a retired singer, like, but he's the graveyard singer now, just. Any Republican dies, my dad's singing it. But all his old comrades and all wouldn't be Sinn Féin supporters, like. No. There is a couple, like my dad was friends with Vic McFarland that passed away there, and Vic was like one of the masterminds behind the Big Escape, and he was OC of the hunger strike, and he passed away start of the year. Massive. He was actually the kneecap or something put him on or the fila. He was on the big screen. Remember there was an uproar about it. He's Sinn Féin, like big story was Sinn Féin. He was one of the top IRA men about, like Bobby Story. So there is the people that go, well, show me a better alternative. And maybe what you're talking about is get rid of the people that, like I think politician wise, there was always somebody that was an ex-IRA man or ex-IRA woman in government. I think we're moving away from that now.
We are.
Is there anybody left? I don't think. Well, Jerry Kelly maybe, but it's not going to be long till all politicians don't have any history. And maybe that'll help heal
Progress.
and progress things.
But Mary Lou McDonald, like that's a Westbrit in action. Like I'm going to do a big TikTok just investigating her in particular. Like to me, she's the Eamon de Valera of this generation. Like Eamon de Valera wasn't here for Irish freedom. Like he was planted by these elites.
He's American, wasn't he?
Aye, but he was a fucking Zionist. Like there's a forest named after Eamon de Valera Forest in Israel now. Like
there was a time when the Israelis loved Ireland and the struggle and all that crack, and it was like. But then you're killing all the natives.
Yeah, but Mary Lou is now the fucking Eamon de Valera of our time. She's here to make sure that republicanism is controlled, and Sinn Féin are so careful and smart about what they do. They get like the media, they present with young ones, you know, using culture, using the wolf tones and getting them in, oh yeah, this is a fucking thing for United Ireland. We will not get a United Ireland if we vote for Sinn Féin. And that's not splitting the vote, that's not splitting the Republican vote, it's just understanding how unity works. And yeah, majority of people in the north will never get behind a United Ireland if Sinn Féin is leading it. Like, so.
You know why my uncle was saying he's in the book Nor Make They Serve My Time, Kieran McGillicuddy, great, like the things that happened to him when he was inside.
What's his name? Kieran who?
Kieran McGillicuddy. So he was only 15 years. He did from 15 to 18 on the blanket, but he got abused and battered, and it's in the book. But what really got his, he was in America living, flying, and because of his history, he got lifted, put on the high security prison where all the fucking rapists and drug dealers and fucking all the high end ones. And he says when he's in there, you seen, there's McGuinness and Adams, the White House, St. Patrick's Day. Do you know what I mean? And he actually would have fought probably under McGuinness. So he's in a jail because of who he is.
In the
and in the White House, they're celebrating the two boys. Surely they should know he's in there too, like. So he does, like, he's a big.
Controversial topic, but sure we'll have to speak about it. Do you think Martin McGuinness and Jerry Adams were working like? I was
chatting to somebody yesterday. I reckon they were, but they were obviously. I know they were anyway. Like there was a lot of secret meetings going on, but I don't know if they were agents. No, I don't think that. But then my thought was too: did England organise this from the very start? Are they looking out? And they're trying to make it like look as if we're doing it ourselves, but they're just ultimately going to make this. How do we get rid of the North without a whole handling?
Border poll, that's very easy.
But what did you say earlier on? Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
So just go back into that again. Make sure, but we'll sit from the outside and give. Like you look at the much stuff now is promoting Ireland, Dairy Girls, the North, kneecap, fucking. There's more. We're starting to come to the fore where sort of people are looking in and they're choosing a side now.
Aye.
And it's not the English side. So I think that they're sort of going, go on, fucking. Because what's the bill?
Exactly.
What's the bill in the North? We're like
9
billion a year or something
I
like that?
think I read that there.
They don't want, you go around England, there's some rough places.
Give us our VE day.
And Strabane used to get a bad name.
Right, folks, we need to wrap it up. An hour and fucking 2 minutes. It's quite the longest we've done in a while.
That's the longest.
I think we could do a lot
That's
longer.
always a good sign because it means we're interested. So you're an interesting
Very
girl.
interesting.
You're very interesting, dude.
Maybe we'll have
I'm
you back.
thankful for coming.
Yeah, fucking
Huh?
David. Why I do think there's more sash act, like, you know what I mean?
Maybe me and you could do something. Hey, it'll fucking.
There's a lot of sash. Like I think taking down because a lot of about the psychology of like you're a Lundy if you speak out. If you're a Protestant Unionist, they'll basically tell you a Lundy if you step out of the line with what is perceived as the Unionist
Even if you
loyalist
think it.
vision. So a lot of fucking Protestants, unionists probably want us to take down the Israeli flags, but they're too scared to speak out. So I think maybe that could be a sash thing that we do. Get a ladder and fucking, you hold a ladder.
I've got Protestant friends. I says, can you send me your he says, if I do take the badge off it. No, because they'll know where I came from. Then I'll be like, right, investigation.
Right, Clodagh, thank you very much for a great podcast. Maybe we'll have you on again.
Yeah.
Definitely. Gur míle mai agad. Slán go fáil.
Right, folks, fuck God. Opposite.
It's the big, massive podcast. Yo, 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 the big, massive